there's always boxers that you think at the like I didn't think anybody could ever beat Larry Holmes. I didn't think anybody could ever beat Joe Foreman. I didn't think anybody could ever beat Tyson. And when Tyson was fighting, he was
a machine.
He was evil.
Yeah.
He was a nasty, pissed off.
He barely got into the second round, Frank. You knocked so many guys out in the first round, it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Tyson, when he first started, he was tough. Well, he was always tough.
Yeah, but Tyson was the Tiger Woods of boxing. You know, Tiger Woods at one point intimidated everybody on the golf course. But when Tyson, at the pinnacle of his career, he was like a mongoose with a snake. Like snakes are afraid of mongooses, right? I mean, I think the pinnacle, or really, if in a nutshell, if you want to tell a story about Tyson, is watch him when he fights Frank Bruno. Frank Bruno's terrified. Do you remember that fight, Joey?
Yep.
Do you see Frank Bruno, how terrified he was? He was shaking.
He was shaking in his corner. He knew, like, he could see him looking across at him, like he didn't want to be there.
Yeah, and you know, and Tyson was, you know, not a big guy, well, 6 feet tall, but it's not big in boxing. But when he came out, he was just vicious, right? And if he hit you or he caught you or tagged you, you were done.
Yeah.
And you know what? A guy who sparred with Tyson said that Tyson hit him in the throat, and he never boxed or sparred again. He almost broke his windpipe and almost broke his windpipe.
Right.
You know, but Tyson's, and he's got a lot of power in both hands.
Yeah, he could hit with both hands, is right.
Yeah, and that's what he used to do. And I think that was his trainer who really taught him how to.
Cus D'Amato.
Cus D'Amato.
Yes.
Cus D'Amato took him off the street.
For Cus D'Amato.
And Cus D'Amato was his surrogate father for a while.
And I think Mike would have turned out different if Cus D'Amato had a lift.
Yes, I agree.
I think Mike Tyson would have been a little bit different if he would not have gone to the dark side of Don King.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's my modest view. I really don't give a shit about all the negative stuff about Don King. I really don't know the man, but I think that influence really changed his perspectives of life, and also whatever Cus D'Amato taught him.
Yeah.
Well, Cus D'Amato was a gentleman. Don King is a crook.
But also Cus D'Amato gave him a family.
Yep.
His wife loved him. His family loved him. They treated him, and forget about the Hollywood version of Tyson's life. You know, Tyson had a tough life. It's tough to be a human being, and I was a big fan of Tyson as a boxer. He was probably one of the strongest power punchers in the history of boxing. He didn't give a shit if the guy was twice his height. Tyson would kill everybody.
And look what Cus D'Amato did with Floyd Patterson and Jose Torre. Like, those guys are gentlemen. Like,
exactly. Good
Floyd
point.
Patterson's one of the nicest men you can ever meet.
You're right.
And they give all the credit to Cus D'Amato.
Can I ask you a question, Joe? Cus D'Amato, an old guy, could hardly walk. Mm-hmm. Why was he such a great trainer, like Dundee was for Muhammad Ali? Why? What makes these guys great trainers? I mean, I'm probably the most impossible person in the world to teach anything to. Why would a boxer, an angry kid, or anybody, like, what made Cus D'Amato?
I think one of the things that he just demanded respect. Like,
but why would you respect an old guy as a boxer? You got a huge amount of testosterone going through your system. You believe that you're invincible. You're pissed off at the world. You're an angry. You're like a pit bull. Like, why would you get a pit bull to? How would you get a pit bull to go fetch the ball that you've never met, or you've never trained, or you've never brought up the pit bull, right? You know, pit bulls are supposed to be tough dogs.
He showed him that he cared. Like, not everybody would take kids like that into your home.
He lived there. He lived there. He took care of them. Yeah, you're 100%.
What I mean, and he he showed him some love the hard way. You know, like 6 o'clock in the morning, he'd let one bark out, get up and do your road work. Well, you get up and did your road work. Like, he had that special quality that connected to kids back then, and he was just a great man. There's no doubt about it.
Because Tyson loved him. Tyson truly loved him.
Yeah, he did. One of the few times he ever cried was when D'Amato died.
Yeah,
you know?
but all like you said, Joe, everybody that was friends with him, that was trained with him, that shared his affection, became extremely affectionate and loved him.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
But he was a great man. Did you ever meet him?
Pardon?
Joe, did you ever meet him?
No, I didn't know. I wish I had a son.
But I heard from a lot of people he was very smart, very inspiring, a very incredible motivational boxing instructor, because that's what you got to be a great trainer, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.